Your eyes, nose, ears, and mouth could be used as tools in your reality. I'm gonna show you how. All right, stay on this video. I'm gonna show you how. So, okay. So with our eyes, right, we see. We could take the eye takes in light. And basically like you look at things and you take things in, and you're pretty much identifying things that you see in your reality. You could see things you don't like. You know, you could turn around, turn here, turn there, look up and down. You know what I'm saying? And basically, we all taking in things. This is all information. You know, and basically, a lot of times, oftentimes, we might watch things we don't like. We might watch a television show. Some people don't like scary movies, but they watch them anyway. So, right? So basically, they're watching a scary movie, and then scary things happen in the movie, and then people are basically, you're basically just taking it in, and you're getting emotional reactions and everything. So basically, while watching, you're just pretty much like downloading another reality, you would say. You're taking in light, information, patterns, sequences, and you're watching this, right? So that's one example of how, basically, and basically you could use it as a tool by stop watching those things. You know what I'm saying? You could stop watching those things and take responsibility and choose what you want to see. Sometimes we don't have any control over that. Like sometimes we could just see something just manifest in our reality, and we don't know why or how. So that's one example. Another example is the mouth. You know, the mouth. We take things in with our mouth. Excuse my language, but yes, we eat, we drink. Some people smoke and stuff like that, and basically we're choosing what we're taking in. And basically we take things in our mouth, and then we digest. You know what I'm saying? And basically the result is could be good health or bad health, or feeling tired, feeling sick, and stuff like that. So we're choosing that, right? So if we take responsibility of what we're putting into our body, then we could basically choose and be more conscious of what we're choosing to put into our body. So basically then you stop choosing the things that are making you tired, fatigued, and sick, and lazy and stuff like that. So, you know, it's best to be conscious of what we're doing. And another thing is the ears. You can see I got my headphones. Yeah, I got my headphones in, right? And basically, what we take into our ears is everything in our reality, which is noises. There's cars around me passing by. I'm outside right now, as you can see, but there's cars around me and everything, and basically, what we hear things on a daily. It could just be random noises, people walking, talking, birds, animals, and basically another thing that we could take responsibility of what we listening to is music. We put our headphones on, or we play stuff out loud on our phones and everything, and music is a choice. You want to listen to ignorant rap music, trap music, and booty shaking, go to the club, or, yeah, take everybody money and all these things. Then you just might be duplicating that in your reality. So using your ears wisely as well. Or sometimes like we could hear stuff like we could somebody could say something about us or to us, and then we'll take it in and then say, you know what, this is a fact, or I believe it. And then next thing you know, you're feeling down, or you might feel like fighting a person based on what you heard and everything. But this all goes back to taking responsibility of what we hear, what we heard. And this is one of the portals, that's on our heads. You know what I'm saying? Like our heads, we have these. Our heads have is like a big antenna that's taking in signals and putting out signals, as well as our brain. You know what I'm saying? So our brain is one of those instruments, one of those tools that we have in this reality. And yes, so the eyes are connected to the brain, the ears are connected to the brain, the nose. And another thing with the nose is Sometimes we could like it's an information. Like, you know, the nose is probably one of the only things that takes in more than it puts out. But then again, with the nose, we're smelling scents, we're smelling things. It gives us an indicator that something is wrong. Something could be wrong with food, or you know, somebody might have passed gas, and we smell that and be like, oh, something's wrong. Like yeah, somebody farted. Like oh, that stinks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Our nose are taking in more than it's putting out, except for when we get sick. You know what I'm saying? So you get a runny nose, you know, you get some mucus, you know what I mean? Like boogers and stuff like that. That's an indication of, you know, what the nose and basically what the body was taking in, you know. So basically, yeah. So basically, like with the eyes, yes, we could choose what we don't want to see based on content, you know what I'm saying? Like social media platforms and things that we're looking at and we're choosing and we're hitting a like button and the algorithm is saying this is what this person's eyes wants to see and what their ears want to hear. So, you know, it's definitely like it's a big deal. We need to take our ears and our mouth and our eyes, you know, even our nose. We need to take that seriously and then start changing patterns and what we how we're using them and basically be more conscious and be more aware of how we're using it and how we're experiencing them in this reality. So it's definitely it would change your reality as a matter of fact. And so, you know, if you be more aware of what we're putting into our mouths, you know what I'm saying, then we could create new patterns, which will create a new reality of how our body is. We'd be more aware of what we're looking at on TV or on our smartphones, and what we're choosing to see and look at in our daily lives. You know what I'm saying? And be more careful with our ears and the music that we choose, as well as the movies and the whatever content it is that's producing sound waves and everything, and choosing something better, then we could change our reality. So in this video, that's what I was explaining. I was just explaining how that our five senses could be used as tools. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom part of the body puts out waste. If you know what I'm saying? And the top part of our body is the antenna. It's the signals. It's the frequency readers. And you know what I'm saying? And as it's been said, it's garbage in, garbage out. So remember that. Garbage in, garbage out. You know what I'm saying? So it's Damien L. If y'all agree with this video, let me know what y'all think below in the comment section. And, you know, give it a like if you like it. And comment, of course, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. It's been real.